Okay, I think we are live. I am so excited about this, you guys. I've never done one of these before. Bear with me, but I am very, very sure that this is going to be something fun, something informative, and I'm really excited to get started. So, I am almost positive that we are live. It does look like, okay, great. As I'm sure you know, there are tons of people who do these Facebook Lives and they're like, I have no idea. So I'm pretty sure we're live. And why don't we just get started? And if you are watching, go ahead and introduce yourself in the comments. Say where you are watching from, and if you're watching on the replay, go ahead and hashtag yourself replay. And one more thing, if you can also post your intention, what you want, tell me one thing that you hope to get out of this challenge. So I'll go ahead and do that. I see, hey Vincent, nice to see you. See you. Yeah, just so go ahead and put that in there. And in the meantime, I'm going to talk a little bit about who I am. If you don't know who I am, I'm a mezzo-soprano. I sing in and around Philadelphia mostly. I sing with Opera Philadelphia, The Crossing. I was the music director of the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, and in 2016, I self-produced my own album of solo works by women composers. So my intention for this whole challenge is for you to, I want to help open up a world of music that you might not even be aware exists. Oh my gosh, Dave. Wonderful to see you. So great. This is wonderful. I'm so tickled that people are watching, and I just want to get started. Brian's here. Oh, Brian, I miss making wonderful music with you too. I miss everybody, honestly. And this is another reason why I'm doing this challenge is, I feel like quarantine has given us a really good opportunity to take a look at what we're doing as artists and see what's working and what isn't. I mean, it's very possible we will not be able to perform live for quite some time. So, maybe there are other ways for us to get our art out there that might actually propel our careers in a completely different direction, maybe a better direction. So I'm going to give you a little breakdown for what the week is going to look like. Today, the theme is Know What's in Your Music Library. Tomorrow, day 2, is Know Your Artistic Superpowers. So the idea behind that is that you really want to know who you are, what you can do in order to get the right repertoire. Day 3 is Know Your Audience. Oh, I see Ellie has signed on. Hello, Ellie. Day 3 is Know Your Audience. So you really know who you actually are going to be performing for. Day 4 is Know Your Goals. And then day 5, which is Friday, is Know What's Out There. And that's really where I'm going to be giving a lot of the pretty specific resources for you to find the music that you're looking for. So that is essentially how it's working. Okay, great. And again, for those of you who may have started a little late, go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat and say where you're watching from, and tell me one thing that you hope to get out of this challenge. Okay, so all right. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about was Western music history. It's so funny. I'm looking at my notes, and like I wrote these like very long kind of sentences, and then I also wrote in the margins, put context around this, and whatever. Basically, what I wanted to get across was, throughout most of Western history for music, we have been studying works by dead white men. We have been performing works by dead white men. And while there are exceptions, I mean, that's mostly the rule. And I think that, especially right now, as we are kind of shifting in consciousness, on a global level, I think that this is a really good opportunity to maybe change that paradigm. And my thesis, for what it's worth, is essentially that shifting that paradigm will help you really shine. There are works out there that probably fit you a whole lot better than the stuff that everybody knows. Okay, so for example, Beethoven. All right, so like this is a big year. Actually, last year was like a really big year for Beethoven. I think it's 250th anniversary or something like that. And there's just like tons and tons of arts organizations that are talking about like, oh, we're programming Beethoven and aren't we edgy, And I sort of like feel like, yeah, sure, nobody's heard of that guy. I feel like there's actually more strength in finding composers that maybe other people haven't heard of and bringing those to light. So, for example, contemporary of Beethoven's, well, actually, who's a little bit earlier, closer to Mozart's time, was Joseph Bologne, Chevalier de Saint-Georges. And I imagine that there are probably very few people on this call who know who that was. Some people called him the Black Mozart. He was a violinist, virtuoso violinist, a composer, and he worked for Marie Antoinette. He played in her court, and Mozart actually met him. They lived together for a while in a large house, and Mozart quoted some of Chevalier de Saint-Georges' music in his own music. So they were definitely contemporaries, but nobody knows who he was, but everybody knows who Mozart was. And I think there's maybe a way for some people to take a look at that. Like, there aren't that many of his works left. And this is also another problem that a lot of us who look for repertoire like this, like people like me, come across when we're looking at older music, is that we are limited by whatever music has survived. And generally, a lot of that music has skewed towards white men because those are the people who are in power. So this is where you get to have the power. You can start looking for music that's written right now. I mean, honestly, the really cool thing is that there's like a ton of opportunities in new music. There's like new groups popping up constantly, like ensembles. You can create your own groups. The greatest thing about new music is that it is unlimited. There is music that is continually being created right now. And if there's something that doesn't quite fit your programming, you sort of like can't quite find the right thing, you can always commission it. So there's just so much more possibility out there. Oh, and the other fun part about doing new music is that you get to put your own stamp on a world premiere. Like, that's yours. Nobody else gets that. It's really very cool. So let me stop for a moment and take a look again at the comments. Oh my gosh, there's lots of comments. Okay. Vincent, great, awesome, thank you. Paula, hi Paula, hi Abby. Oh, Andrea. Oh, this is fantastic. Jackie, so great to see everybody here. Awesome. Awesome. So, other people that I have like a did you know about kind of thing in my section on Western history, Western music history. These are really cool things. For example, John Blank. Okay, John Blank was a royal trumpeter in the courts of Henry VII and Henry VIII in England, and he was black. And I did not know that until just recently when I was doing some research, and I'm like completely blown away. Not only that, but like he was very, very like high up, well sought after, like very respected, and he got his face put into a whole bunch of tapestries. So that's like pretty amazing, and yet we haven't heard about him, or at least I hadn't for until recently. So there are opportunities to find hidden and forgotten voices from the past. But as I was saying before, there are also like way, way more opportunities to find stuff that is happening right now. Okay, so now if you are like me, you have a binder of audition music. It's kind of, it's maybe not very organized. I have like the stuff that I do the most often right up at the top, but other than that, whatever. And this is an exercise that I really would like you to do. This is part of the homework that I'm putting on here. You can take it all out, right? Take out some of these pieces and examine them. And ask yourself these 3 questions, and I'll walk through this with some of my pieces here. The first question is, how did these works make you feel? Second is, how are they serving you currently? And the third is, do these pieces still fit your voice or instrument or proficiency level? So that's sort of like, that's where the like, does it spark joy kind of a feeling comes from it. I definitely am a big fan of Marie Kondo. But okay, so the very first thing that I have in my binder here is Smania Implacabile from Così fan tutti. I think that the first question, how does this work make me feel? This work really makes me feel happy. It's a silly aria about someone who's just having a big, huge temper tantrum, and I think it's funny. And I really enjoy singing it because I can just go completely overboard. How is it serving me currently? It's actually serving me pretty well. Every time I pull it out, I have fun, and the audience has fun too. And does it still fit my voice and proficiency level? Yes, it does. I think I can keep that one. All right. So now the next one is Their Land Brought Forth Frogs from Israel and Egypt by Handel. So this one, the question for me is, how does this work make me feel? It makes me feel okay. I kind of have this like, meh, I could sing that. It's a little fun, but it's not like, it doesn't grab me. It used to grab me. It doesn't anymore. How is it serving me currently? It's not really. I have a whole lot of other pieces in my repertoire that are very, very similar. So, yeah. And does it still fit my voice, instrument, proficiency level? Yeah. I feel like it's a little bit low. Like I could do some stuff. I'm a little bit more proficient than I was when I first started singing this and I was first excited about it. So I think because of that, like, sort of meh feeling, I could take that out of my binder. So I'm going to do that right now. All right. And the last one I see here, by the way, for those of you who work with me, I very rarely use binders now. I have an iPad, and my iPad has like all of my music on it, so it actually has all of this stuff on here. But I just thought this would be like a very useful prop. Okay, so this last one is Après un rêve by Fauré. And how does this make me feel? You know, I really love Fauré. I really love singing that style of music, but I feel like this particular piece is like, I don't know. It brings up a lot of memories from college. So it's a little bit of a middling one. How's it serving me currently? Not very well. I'm not singing it very often. And does it still fit my voice and proficiency level? Yeah, I mean, it fits my voice. But again, I think there's other stuff out there that can make me shine a little bit better. So I think I'm taking it out too. So, and you know, I do have to say, like, just because you're taking something out of your audition binder or out of, you know, your sort of like general repertoire circulation doesn't mean you can't pick it up later. But I think that, again, in the sort of vein of revamping your repertoire, basically making a wardrobe change, you need to take things out in order to make space for stuff to come in. So that's why you know, I'm doing this. So that's your homework for tonight, today, whatever. Take a look at the works that you have in your library right now, and you know, just we're talking about the stuff that you really have ready to go, like you could do in like you could perform in a week. Okay, how do these works make you feel? How are they serving you currently? And do they fit your voice or instrument or proficiency level? And a bonus is what percentage of those works in your library were not written by white men, or dead white men, actually, let's just put it that way. So just sort of a way to like keep you aware. So that's your homework, and I will actually, I'm going to put this into the comments. Michelle and Renee, great to see you there. Okay, I'm putting this in the comments. Homework. Okay. Now, the contests. All right, so this is the final thing. I've got a contest for you. I would love for you guys to think of your key takeaway from each day. So what's your number one takeaway from today? And post it online on any sort of social media platform you want, okay? And be sure to tag me, and also use the just put the rules in here too. Oh, come on. Sorry. Use the hashtag revamp your repertoire. I know that's long, but I'm going to paste the rules in here in just a second. So each social media post is going to equal 1 point. So if you post on Facebook, that's 1 point, and then you post on Instagram, that's another point. Twitter, LinkedIn, whatever, okay? And then I have like a little form you have to self-report. But at the end of the week, whoever has the most points wins. So I have 2 prizes. I have a first prize, which is a full scholarship to my my new online program, my online course that I will talk about at the end of the week. And the second prize is a bundle of some of my favorite books. Some of them are musicology books, some of them are music business books. So here are the contest rules. And Ryan is super excited for the LinkedIn posts. So am I, Ryan. So am I. Anyway, so that is it. That is the end of today's session. I am just incredibly grateful to be able to do all of this. I'm super excited for the rest of the week, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks so much.